Yo, what is good, my fellow deadheads? Your overlord has returned with yet another Kaiju number 8 video. We're going to be using this video to do the fierce battle area and kind of talk about it a little bit here. But if you guys do enjoy videos like this, go down below, leave a like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. You can also get the comment section to let me know what you want to know. But we're going to go ahead and just hop right into the video. They did add this limited tower floor system, or not tower floor. They did add this limited fierce battle area, which now that they have a limited section and they have a permanent section, maybe the permanent section will be continually added on to, whereas the limited section just gets a monthly or a bi-weekly reset, I guess, because this one says in 14 days. So I mean, something resetting bi-weekly is not bad. This one up here hopefully does reset or gives us another 3,000 cubes from its stages. But guys, I already speculated that this one was going to be a fierce battle area that was more fine-tuned for Sagan and Reno. Well, I assumed Sagan to be, you know, very useful in here. But it seems that Sagan and Reno are both very beneficial in here. Guys, this video is for me to go through all these stages and just kind of like show you the teams for each one of the runs. But yeah, if you guys do enjoy that, like I said, you can like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that goodness, and comment down below. Let me know what teams are y'all using, if y'all do not have Sagan, if y'all do not have Reno, and also let me know, is the level 40 Reno and Sagan even worth using, or are they holding your team back? But I'm just gonna go with something simple here. I need blunt, fire, and shooting. So I mean, I'm gonna do a very obvious team here. We're gonna do Sagan. We're gonna do Narumi. No, actually, no. We're gonna do Sagan with Reno beside her, and then Narumi with Hoshina beside him. This is my go-to team for anything. I'm probably just gonna be doing this team on auto battle while I just kind of like talk about the, you know, lack of good rewards. Yeah, I should have probably shown y'all the rewards as well for this game mode, but let's see. So it's just showing me the extra effects from the limited version of this, because effects that characters who are in the limited status have, I guess they get extra buffs for doing certain things that they would naturally do in their kit. But you're gonna see here, like, that's not gonna matter. This man Narumi just one tapped that entire turn right there. All right, so if you guys don't know, the AR Cronus is the weapon I'm using for Reno. Like, yeah, we're just too strong. We're just way too strong right now. Even Hoshina is doing like very decent damage, but yeah, like this isn't anything really. Like, people ask why I use the fungal type set on that man Narumi. That's the reason right there, because like he already has such a naturally built-in high like crit rate that like when that crit damage starts to show itself, man, he is looking really freaking good. So I do love to use him for that reason. He just got a blast damage boost as well right there. So that was 30k right there, and I know it's on little random mobs, but like, hey bro, I love seeing them big numbers every freaking time. We're gonna go ahead and jump on to round 2, and before round 2, guys, let's take a look at the rewards. So the rewards are way worse than the regular fierce battle area, because usually the amount of cubes you would get for every 3 stars you get is 200, and then these proof of, what are they called, emblems of defense, I think they're called emblem. I don't want to accept them, I want to accept all these at the same time. Emblem of defense, I believe you get is like 20 instead. Let's take a look. If we look at the permanent, you can see here 200, yes, 20 emblems of defense the entire way through, and then 200 crystals the entire way through, which gives you a total of 3,000 crystals, whereas this one is only giving 60 crystals per, and it doesn't even go all the way down the list with the 60 crystals. Eventually you just get credits and unit part materials, which I'll be honest with you, nobody is crying because they're not getting these unit part materials. Nobody is crying because they're not getting these credits at the end of the thing right here. Then you do still get some proof of valor medals, which I do like, because that means I'm going to be able to purchase a weapon out of the shop after I finish these runs completely. But I think the proof of valor even was higher on the non-limited stages. No, it was only 10, and then okay, and then it goes up to 20, but the bottom mission was only credits, right? But it's just like, it kind of makes you ask the question, if you're gonna keep the top line of rewards basically the same, why could you not keep the bottom line of rewards basically the same and give us much more cubes on the limited? Like, I don't see this as a problem as being an additional game mode to give us extra cubes on top of what we're already getting from our monthly fierce battle area, but now I'm over here sitting asking the question, is that actually going to be a monthly thing? Or the entire time they told us that we were getting a new fierce battle area, where they're just talking about this shitty one with the shitty rewards, and the one that gives us the really good rewards is just going to be sitting in MIA status the entire time. Like, now there's a lot of just extra questions to ask, and it just doesn't feel good, because I'm just like, yo, if this is going to be the one that you update monthly, were you just teasing us with the initial fierce battle area just to release this one after the fact anyway, and not give us anything, basically? Because that would just be really shitty. Like, they're just doing a lot of like quick cash grabby type of stuff. That's Reddit. They're just doing a bunch of quick cash grabby type of stuff, and honestly, I hate to see it, but the only reason why I'm kind of giving them a chance is because like the game is still only 2 weeks old, and I'm like, yo, once you're like 2 months in or some shit and you're still doing stuff like this, that's when it's cooked. Like, that's when I knew that BCM was cooked. When it was 2 months in and we were still cycling the same events, where we were still getting banners released at like a crazy fast rate, all this stuff, that's when you already kind of know that stuff is like cooked. But it's just like, I'm enjoying the game though, so I'm just gonna keep playing the game. It's like the one different perspective that I have this time around is, so this one just needs elemental, and we have 2 elemental characters, we're just gonna leave it. But the one perspective that I have differently about this time around is like, yo, even if they are gonna kill the game, okay, I don't necessarily have to spend money at every transaction in the game now from this point on, but I am kind of like, I can still play the game to the fullest and absolutely go as crazy as I want to, making content for the game. So we're gonna do just that. Even though I feel like this game mode is a good game mode to add as a supplementary game mode, but was just poorly placed in the grand scheme of everything for the game, I am still gonna use this game mode as some content, because I have been waiting for a new fierce battle area to kind of showcase my characters. Now, I don't know if I like the idea of it being a limited one where it makes Reno and Sagan look better, because I like to showcase the characters in a state. Like, I feel like putting them in a mission where they're plating breaking type is already good enough. Like, that's already enough of an advantage. But like, when you put them into an actual stage where they have a huge advantage, like that's when things can get a little misconstrued. So I don't want, like, I feel like a more accurate depiction would probably be these two that are the same level as the mobs in the mission versus mine that are level 100. But I feel like we want to be a level 100. It's not really fair to say that they're like absolutely ballistic on these stages specifically, because they are getting an extra boost for the things that they already do. And you got to think, my Reno is he's only A0, but my Sagan is A4, so like just a bunch of extra effects built in. So like, I feel like the effects that they're giving bonus damage, bonus benefits on, right, I feel like they're effects that both of these characters can do from the A0 point anyway, because it's not like the dupe that they're letting, it's not like the guest they're letting you use is like an A6 version or anything. But yeah, that's just kind of like my thoughts on it. But I mean, if this is going to be something that allows players to try out a unit and test out a unit and kind of like plot like, okay, maybe I want to save some cubes for this unit in the future, I mean, I guess that's okay of a system. But again, I do feel like we need to get that Steam version out as fast as possible, and I am 100% of standing on the fact like, yo, we need to see and I guess that we don't need compensation for the original fierce battle area, just because, oh my gosh, so you need fire, you need 2 fire, you need 3 ice, you need 6 shooting, you need 3 blunt damage. So this isn't really difficult. This is just stage 5, so I know that my team is going to absolutely power wash this. But I just wanted to point out the fact, this is something I was talking about a very long time ago on my video talking about team building and like plating types. I was talking about how like it is very, very, very rare, but there are some missions in the game that definitely do require you to have like element specific plate breaking, and not just the element general the one that's like purple and has like the 5 different points on it. Like, there are things beyond that. There are things like this where you need a specific element too. So obviously it is good to have all the characters in the game for very obvious reasons, but even if you do not have all the characters in the game, there is still definitely a fire character that you can get access to, Nakashima or something like that. And then there's an ice dude who is Kota Tachibana, and though they are not the best characters, you still do have the opportunity to work on those characters because they are 4-star characters. You can get them worked on for this, just to hit the damage, the plating requirements, because the other part of it is blunt and shooting damage. You can definitely just power wash the rest of it with Narumi and freaking Kaiju number 8. I almost called him Kaf. But guys, you can see all of these are just taking me 2-round wins. Now from the purple stages, I'm pretty sure it's going to want 2 teams. Yes. So The first stage is going to be elemental and blunt, so we're going to do it something to like this effect. We're going to do Kaiju right here with you, and then we're going to use Kafka as well with, do I want Reno here? Yeah, I'll do Reno there, and then I'll do Narumi on the second team with Hoshina as his battle buddy, and then we'll do Ryo as well, and then we'll do Mina as well, because they all are shooters. And yeah, we're just gonna absolutely rip through that second stage there. But guys, the game mode is pretty easy, and like again, as an additional game mode to the fierce battle area that they already give us, that gives us the 3,000 cubes every month. I'm hoping that resets every month. Like I'm hoping this one resets every 2 weeks, and the other one either gets reset or gets added to every month, or faster than every month if they want to. But yes, I really do just need to see improvements for this game, man, because like it's like the game has a lot of potential, and I know they gotta have a lot of stuff planned, because like who starts a game with a show where new characters are barely introduced past the like first like season, and like they drop one of those new characters or new variants of a character like upon the release of the game? They gotta have extra stuff like planned out in the background. Even when a game is a cash grab, like it's not as easy as, okay, do the initial thing, we get the money, we shut down the game. It's usually a bit more intricate than that. They usually have to put a little bit more effort into it. So I don't think that this is the end all be all for Kaiju number 8, the game, but I definitely do need them to put in some more work, because as of right now, game is in fucking shambles, dude. Let's see how fast this team absolutely scrapes through this. Of course, Narumi is going to do blast damage that absolutely scrapes everything. I think that damage on the side said he just did 10k to that random mob. Okay, let's see what else we got. So this is a very SP hungry team, so you got to be kind of careful with that. But I'm glad the AI is smart enough to know to like save the SP for Narumi whenever he comes back around. So, okay, I thought that was room 3 out of 3, but it's not room 3 out of 3. That was room 2 out of 3. But as you can see, very easy. Oh my gosh, bro. Like, it feels so nice having all this man's skills level 10. Like, this man just nearly hit 20k on a basic skill. Guys, I already plan to do my all skills level 10 videos differently from here on out. It felt kind of stupid to do the mission to get his skills to level 10 and then come back and get his skills level 10 at the end of the video and then not showcase him once all of his skills are at level 10. So I definitely plan to do that in reverse in the future. With Sagan, the next video that I do, I didn't even look at the requirements for the battle, but with Sagan, the next battle I do, or the next time I do the 100 or the all level 10 skills video, and for the Sagan is going to be level 12 on some of the skills. What I'm going to do for that video is, instead I'm going to farm the materials beforehand so that the video starts off and I can just be like, yo, we got all the skills level 10 here. We're going to take her into some hard content, probably take her into like this stage, or even take her into the non-limited one, just so that it's a little bit more of a challenge for her. But we're going to go into that stage there. I'm very curious as to how her shield buff is going to look when I finally get her enchantment skill, enhancement skill, all the way up to max. I'm very curious as to how much her ultimate is going to hit, considering that she can start to pop a lot of crits on her ultimate and do some pretty solid, like for a tank, some really solid damage, but it's all defense based damage, of course. So like, that's the reason why. And I guess probably another thing that I'll end up doing before I get all of her skills to level 10 is getting her shield to level 100, because I officially do have 4 characters level 100 in the game now. I have Reno, Kaiju number 8. It is, bro, it is like so crazy, so hard not to say Kafka when you're talking about Kaiju number 8. But I have Kaiju number 8, I have Reno, I have Sagan, and then I also have Narumi, all level 100. So I finally got that achievement for, what is it, Ideal Squad, but then I need to get the achievement for Weapon Specialist, and that one requires you to get 4 different weapons to level 100. So as of right now, I have, let's see. As of right now, I have Narumi's weapon level 100. I have Sagan's weapon level 80, I believe. So level 100 is not that far off. I think the next character I'm going to get their weapon to level 100 will probably be, Reno. I don't know if I want to do that for Reno, because his AR Boreas is certainly much better than the AR Cronus that I'm using right now. So I don't know that I want to fully invest in that weapon, because there's still a lot of investment that I can give to Reno himself that will make him a lot stronger. So we need Reno on the second stage now, because we need ice to break the enemies, which honestly, I don't really think it matters that much. Like, really, what they wanted to. Oh, so once you get up to stage, let's see. Once you get up to stage, oh, once you get to stage 6, that's okay. So that's kind of the difficulty jump right there. Once you get to stage 6, you no longer have access to Reno, or you have no more access to Reno or Sagan. Honestly, this is out for 14 days, chat. Let me know down below in the comments. Do you want me to work on Tay? Let me show y'all the characters I'm talking about. Do y'all want me to work on Tay right here? And then do y'all want me to work on Kota right here and try to make them work in this game mode? Because I am totally willing to do that and try to see how it looks with a free-to-play variant of the team. I'm actually kind of excited to do that. See, now this is what I'm talking about right here. Even though I'm not in the final stages, like, they are giving me some form of content that I can do, because if this is how it's looking right now and they're breaking it up to where I need to switch my teams around, I can only imagine that when I get to those last 3 stages, they're going to have very distinct different plating types on the enemies, you know, depending on the stage you're on. But the first team is still obviously going to have Sagan. And let's maybe leave, let's leave Akari here, and then let's put Rio. And then on the second stage, we're gonna do Narumi with Hoshina, and then Reno, and then we're gonna do Kikuru as well, because Kikuru actually has a defense reduction that she can do on her ultimate, I believe, which even if she gets her ultimate out, I'm not sure if that's even going to happen, but it could happen. But yeah, I see, this is what I like with the last fierce battle area. It felt like I kind of was just auto battling all of it without really thinking too much about my team composition and everything, and like my team was getting changed around in the process of me doing those stages, but that's just because I didn't have all the units that I needed worked on. Now that I have all the units I need worked on, it doesn't really matter as much. And yeah, I feel like what's gonna happen, guys, just random side note, I feel like what's probably gonna happen if I do work on the SR characters or the 4-star characters for this stage, more than likely what's going to happen is they're not going to be able to break the side mobs, I don't think, but they'll probably be able to like keep the middle mob locked down to a degree where they aren't getting their big attacks off. So like they're in a state just enough to where they can eat the side mobs like big attacks. And honestly, like I said, bro, oh, well, damn, I'm doing it without Sagan, so I won't be able to do it without Sagan. And by the way, guys, in one of my videos, I mistakenly said that Kaiju behind Sagan was Kaiju number 1. It's obviously not Kaiju number 1. I don't know what Kaiju that is, and she uses the Kaiju number 2 medals to level up her skills. And somebody was saying that she uses Kaiju number 2, but I'm like, yo, that's obviously not Kaiju number 2 either. I don't know what Kaiju that is. Maybe it says it in her character description. I'm not 100% sure, but still. Very good character nonetheless, and a very cool looking ultimate. I like it a lot. But yeah, I don't know how I got it confused with Kaiju number 1, to be honest. And man, we have another Kaiju raid coming later in the month, in late September. I'll be honest with you guys, I think we could see either an announcement or the actual fight come into the game within the next 5 days. Just because late September makes me think of like I said the last quarter of the month, but I'm going to go ahead and just stretch it and say the last third of the month. So the last 10 days. I think that's the late portion of a month there. All right, we're on to the next fight, and as you can see, things are going very swimmingly, very smoothly. But I mean, what do you expect? This is a zone that is specifically for Reno and specifically for Sagan. But I do again want to try to work on Tay and want to try to work on Kota, just to see how they perform in this game mode here. I definitely am not gonna be doing this like tomorrow or anything, because like I am a sweat in the game, yes, but it seems that my extensive spending in this game is going to be lowered a bit until they get it together and figure out what content means and figure out what it means to actually sustain a player base with playable things in their game, right? So as of right now, I'm not going to be able to take a little detour and work on those 4-star characters at the moment, but we do have 2 weeks that this event is out, so I do still want to get those characters worked on, because you know, once I work on the characters right now, the characters are just worked on for any future endeavors from here on out. Let's see, you need shooting and physical on the top and bottom one. Honestly, let's just keep this exactly as it is. Yeah, let's just go like this. not seeing too many glaring difficulties in the actual stage plating requirements themselves, so we'll keep the teams how they are. Unless we hop into one of these fights and we lose, then we will go back out and fix it after the fact. But damn, that man crit a lot right there, actually. Yo, I do love the fact that Sagan does buff the team whenever she does her ultimate, along with buffing her own defense as well. Also, she's kind of stacking up some charges right here. Oh, so that's for her. That's for her. I never noticed the UI like right under the character like HUD or anything like that, but you can see here that Sagan is actually building up her stacks of her passive, but her passive comes whenever she gets hit by a kaiju. So you can see now she's at 2 stacks. Yep, which I think that boosts her defense. And then we can actually check here. So the thing that Sagan is stacking right now at the moment is Inner Flame. That's what it's called. Ultimate damage multiplier plus 17%, and then damage dealt plus 5.5%, max of 5 stacks. So actually right now she's getting 11% to damage dealt, and then 34% to her ultimate damage multiplier. So she's looking pretty good in that regard right now. And then yes, she's also getting a defense buff, but that is from her. Oh, she can stack defense up to 15 times. Oh my gosh, bro. Like the buffs that they're providing in here. So that just goes to show the buffs they're providing in here are specifically fine-tuned for the characters that they are for. So even if we come in with another fire or ice character like Tay or like Kota, they are not going to be benefiting the same way that Sagan and that Reno are benefiting. But that does make me just a little bit more excited actually to use those characters and see if we can really just make it against the enemies. And I've been doing a lot of summons lately, so I think Kota Tachibana is probably A6 for me. And I think that I can't remember if he automatically pops a shield in one of his skills or if he gets a shield added on to one of his skills once you get him to A6, but I do have him A6, so very good there. And then I think that also Tay is A6 as well. I do need to work on some weapons for them and gear for them, obviously, but those are like I feel like that's not really that big of a commitment. Those are like a day grind type of thing. Like, okay, today I want to do this. Let me do this today, right? So very easy. But we're here on the second stage here. Oh wait, when did I put Kikudo on the team originally? I did because of her defense debuffing. That's right. But again, just easy watching, easy clearing. But again, I do like at least the fact that they tried to be a little more mixed around with the platings and a little more specific with the platings, because now I'm over here just thinking to myself like, all right, cool, I can squeeze a little bit of content out on this. Like, okay, what if we do a run where we don't have the characters who can break the plating type and we just have OP DPSs? Can the DPSs outlast the damage they're taking, right? Or we do have the plating type, but how effective is it going to be when we actually hop on the mission? Just a lot of different things that I can experiment with on this stage. But with the last fierce battle area, it just felt like the final stage had a very specific set of characters that you wanted to use in it, and that there wasn't really much you could do past that. But now that I have all the SSR characters, I feel like I mean, I'm probably just gonna turn that into a test stage at this freaking point. But I feel like that's after I get all the characters like maxed out, like even the 4 stars, because then it's like, okay, how does this 4-star fare against this stage, right? And y'all can see I'm just getting a bunch of achievements right now. Let's look. What are some of the achievements that I'm getting right now? Okay, I just got a little message from Sagan. So some of the achievements I'm getting: defeat 500 kaiju with an ultimate, nice. Spec Ops, achieve a total of 50 stars in fierce battle area, facts. Clear fierce battle area with trial character in the squad. So I gotta go back and do that one because I did not require a trial character, but now I'm gonna have to go back and do that. Deploy in raid battle a total of okay, so that's raid battle stuff. That'll be something that we cover whenever it comes back around. But let's go ahead and accept all of our cubes from that, and then keep it pushing. Also, Defense Force, why are you even giving me clear rewards for missions when you know you're not giving me rewards? Come on now. Stop giving me an extra section of the game to like look. Stop pinging me from an extra section of the game if you're not gonna allow me to get any like real rewards from it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go do some spring cleaning and check out all these little things on my account, guys, but we're about to jump right back into the first battle area, I promise. All right, guys, we are here back at the next one, and okay, I think the difficulty is about to spike a little bit. Well, actually, not really. The enemies are still level 54. No way. I was just saying the difficulty is probably going to spike because right now you can see that there is no real requirements for what you, oh, okay, there are requirements. It's just not showing you the main unit in the middle there. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and just hop in here. They are sneaky for that. We're going to hop in here and just let my team auto battle. Like, guys, I can auto battle this whole thing. So obviously it goes to show that this is not very hard, but since it's like, it's at that difficulty level where it's like, I'm not just one turning it, it's taking me a few turns, but also it's not so difficult that like I'm like scared of losing, right? So like I really have full freedom to kind of just hop in here and really test out these characters, stress test these characters, really push them to their limits, which they're not going to be pushed to their absolute limits in this mission. You know how shittily these enemies hit. Plus, it's not even how poorly the enemies are hitting, how poorly damaged the enemies are hitting. It's really just a fact, like, this is dedicated stages for Sagan and Reno. As long as you're running them, it's just not gonna look hard, right? The enemies have extra, like, have an extra weakness to freeze and whatnot. The enemies are taking extra damage against fire and whatnot. Like, it's just like the characters are getting extra buffs. Like, bro, think about the fact that Sagan getting an extra 2% defense per whatever she's doing to proc that, right? Signal of Disruption. Every time she gets that Signal of Disruption buff, that is an extra 2% defense that stacks out to 15 times max, which means that she's getting an additional 30% defense altogether from that, which her damage literally scales off of her defense. So she's gonna start to look really insane from this. So literally these stages are designed to make the characters look really insane, and the stages that are easy in the first 5 stages where you can use them as trial characters, it's designed to make them look really, really good so that you are more tempted to summon for them, and then you use them in the stages 6 through 15. That is the real reason why this is here. So I don't hate it because it does allow me a unique stage to switch teams around on and try different compositions. And I'm saying that right now, but I can get to the final stage, and the reason why I'm saying that it is providing this for me is because when I get to the final stage, I'm imagining it is going to be a stage where it's like, okay, you need this element and this element specifically and this type specifically and this type specifically, but like all broken up amongst the 2 fights, and then I'm going to have to make really specific teams for it. And I am looking forward to that because they force you to use every unit in this game, basically. Not every unit, but they force you to use like most units in this game because plating types. Like, you're just like, okay, I gotta hit this plating type, I gotta hit this plating type, but I also need 2 different teams. Okay, well, since I'm already using the best character for this plating type on this team, let me use the second best character for plating type on this team, right? So I do, it's like, bro, I just love the game so much. I love how much thinking goes into like the battle prep, right? But once you're in the fight, it's just like washing, right? I love that, right? As long as you prepare properly, get the hell out of here, Grand Cross. As long as you prepare properly, it's an easy wash in the fight. But like, I love all the mind games. I love all of the chess that you play before you actually get in to the actual fight itself. Now we are on stage 11 here. Stage 11 has, yep, again, is the split is going to be fire in the first stage and then ice in the second stage. They're trying to make it seem like these units are carrying their respective teams, but in all reality, you quite literally just need the units for their respective plating types is what's going on. Don't be fooled here, guys. Like, yes, Sagan is the best character in the game. Reno is the best debuffer in the game. But still, if you feel like you are being pressured to summon, do not feel like you're being pressured to be summoned. Summon on the character that you want to summon for, because they are both excellent choices. But I will say that Sagan is a limited character, so who knows when she'll come back versus Reno not being a limited character, and he's like the launch character for the game. He should be back like quicker than Sagan will be. Is every game original character going to be a limited? I hope not, but I mean, like, I wouldn't be surprised really. Okay, we got the good counter damage here. Literally, bro, I brought this shawty to heal. I bring this girl beside Sagan so that if Sagan ever dies, Sagan has a second revive. But quite literally, my Sagan is just so good now that there's just no chance of her dying, really. No chance. How much damage does she do here? How much damage is my defender about to do? Enough to wipe the entire wave. That's how much. 7k to each one of them. No crits. Sorry, guys. I kind of got the hiccups right now. But yeah, man, that 3.5 gigabyte update was very disappointing, but I can't front on you. I am kind of like calming down off of that. I already released a video talking about that and sharing my thoughts on it, and I tried to be as tame as I possibly could be. But you know, I was still DEADMANVINCE. At the end of the day, I'm still gonna be who I am, man. But I am kind of like calming down from that video because I'm just like, yo, like I said, this game does have a lot of potential. And when I play this game, just playing this game makes me like so much happier because I really do enjoy this game so much. And they really did put like some degree of care into the game, even though they aren't 100% going as hard as they could right now. Like even though they aren't going as hard as they could right now, I still know that there is potential for greater. And again, the game is still in very, very infantile stages here, so I do not want to count it out just yet. And again, I know Akatsuki, I've been talking about for years how Akatsuki and Bandai poorly maintained Dokkan, but I mean, like, bro, do they have to have another thing? Like, can they afford to poorly maintain this game that is not Dragon Ball Z? How about that question? If this game is not Dragon Ball Z and it is not as strong an IP as said show, are you going to be able to be as lazy and as negligent with the care for this game as you are for that game? I think not. So get it together and just get the game, you know, stronger, bro. We need the game to be stronger. We need the game to be better. And like, I know that y'all said, okay, on the 16th we get this new game mode here, and on the late September we get raid battle. But I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, that raid battle better be long as fuck. Like, that raid battle better be way more rewards, way more difficulty, because we absolutely squashed that raid battle the first time we came through here. And like, bro, look at my Narumi. My Narumi is literally ripping through what you gave me right now because he's ready for that next tier of work, bro. Y'all ain't giving us no work right now, and I need that work for my characters right now, bro. I'm over here auto battling, yapping away right now to my chat. Also, did I say that it wanted fire and ice for the first? I think it's gonna want ice here because it's a water enemy. Yeah, it wants fire and ice. I was supposed to put Reno on this team here, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I really feel like it's not gonna matter whether Reno is here or not. I don't think I'm really gonna need to break this enemy. I think we're just gonna kill this enemy outright before anybody dies. And I could get proven wrong here, but I think that Sagan has got her team set for the most part. Well, here goes that test right here. Oh yeah, the enemy got an extra action. So somebody actually said that ice was just going to be replaced with, or water was going to be replaced with ice in the game or something like that. And I was like, I don't know about that, because I see this enemy here who specifically attacks with water and not ice. So I was not 100% certain that ice was just going to get absolutely replaced by water. But Sagan, everybody got soaked, everybody got down. So what does soaked do? I'm a little curious. That is a new debuff we got here. How much does she do? 9K, not bad, Defender. Thank you, Defender. Let's see, what is soaked? So soaked is gonna be, okay, I can't press on special status. Inner flame, resurrection, attack, defense, crit up, blah, blah, blah. Status element, soaked. Raging torrent, DOT taken plus 100%. So I'm guessing plus 100% of his attack, which we can't even see his attack. So yeah, we would have no way to know, but we're gonna let it continue because bro's health is practically scatterblasted already. Like, I didn't even need to switch out and put no, but like, yo, this stage ain't that hard if I didn't need to put Reno in here to make sure I have the typing advantage. But yeah, Kafka is, damn it, Kaiju number 8 is just gonna hit a smooth 30k damage, and we are easy peasy on to the next stage. So Reno was wanted on this stage. So now that I have Reno on the second stage right here, how hard are they gonna go right here? Because I don't think there's any elemental typing thing right here. But Reno is automatically putting that ice crystal on the enemy. So we are automatically gonna be looking really good here. All right, let's see. Easy clap because Narumi is just the absolute GOAT. Like, bro, that is so much damage to be hitting on one enemy on a skill that has the capabilities to hit enemies beside the one who's using it. All right, the Kaiju buffs up. Kikiru is going to hit a little blast attack, which is a bit wasteful because Narumi's blast attack certainly takes more priority for sure. Oh my gosh, we just dropped him down to 2 health bars. What is bro trying to do? Oh, he's boosting his shield up, but that does not matter for real. That really doesn't matter. Reno is not gonna break through the shield, but that man Narumi is certainly gonna break through it. Yeah, Kikiru not enough to break through. Narumi, 1,000,000,000% breaking through the shield. Oh, Kikudu broke through it right before. Okay, cool. And then we get 68k damage. Oh my gosh. That is the most damage I've seen on Narumi yet. And I don't even, like, bro, I'm pretty sure Kikudu has to use her ultimate for the defense debuff. So 68k is definitely a menacing number. Like, bro, somebody commented and really asked, why are you using the fungal type set on that kid Narumi? That's why. That is why I'm using the fungal type set. All right, this run should be a little bit faster than the last run because even though this run is the higher stage, it does not require ice. So we should be chilling here. Gonna absolutely rip through these units, and it's only 2 stages here, so we love to see that. Okay, but I mean that's cool. We got a new little mob. We got a new. So honestly, guys, I'm gonna be making a speculation video on like when are we gonna be seeing this man Chester Lockburn here? I'm going to look on the brighter side, and I'm gonna pretend that Akatsuki, when you assume and move as such, then the universe follows that path. I'm going to pretend that Akatsuki actually cares about the things that they release, right? And I'm going to pretend that they are actually trying to put in an effort to make sure that this game is actually freaking cracked. And I'm going to pretend like we got some new content coming up, like we got, you know, a new character coming out or some shit like that. And I'm going to assume the position of a gacha gamer who is playing a good game, because I want this to be a good game, and I'm going to do my best to be positive and give them the benefit of the doubt. But so many times that they can betray my trust before I start crashing out. But yeah, I definitely want to see when Chester Lockburn is going to come. But I think Chester Lockburn could probably be the first like water character we see in the game, possibly. But I think he's going to be water, and I feel like he's going to be like a blade specialist. Something about him gives me the same vibes as Hoshina, right? I feel like maybe not a funny guy, but like he's just got this serious tone to him, and you cannot read him really. But like when he's killing Kaiju, he's killing Kaiju. That's the kind of vibe I get from him. What stage are we on right now? Are we on stage 12 or 13? I mean, obviously, like I said, bro, these stages are easy, but I did want to at least like get me doing all these stages. Like when the last Fierce Battle area was out, I didn't really do a video on it because I was kind of struggling through it because I was free to play for the most part, and I didn't have Reno, and also Sagan just wasn't in the game just yet. So I had to make do with what I had. But now it's like with every single character in the game, quite literally, if I can't beat it, there's a problem with the stage, right? If you have every character in the game and like the best characters that would be most expected to be used in missions, if you have those characters and they're all worked on, you can't beat a stage, then like either it's a skill gap, or yes, there's something wrong with the concept that you're doing. It's too hard, right? One of the two. But yeah, this game mode ain't really nothing to write home about. I do just want to see what stage 15 holds in store for us. I wonder what the final boss is going to be. And I think that's what made the final fight in the regular Fierce Battle area feel so much more than the boss fight in this one, right? Or that's what made the boss fight in the Fierce Battle area normal feel so much more than stage 14, like versus 15, right? Because stages 1 through 14 were all just like random kaiju like this, right? But then stage 15 was kaiju number 10 specifically, an actual numbered identified kaiju. So it just felt like the difficulty jump was there, even though it wasn't really that hard anyway. It does still feel like there was a big drop off in the difficulty jump. But this one, I'm assuming maybe all of the mobs are just going to be in regular unnumbered unidentified kaiju. That's the way they're going to try to balance out stages 13 through 15 and make them all similarly difficulty, which is definitely something I was talking about. But I would love to see like more floors on these, especially if you're going to nerf the rewards to the ground like they did. Yeah, I definitely got to see more floors on this then. And I wonder, will I have enough to do a multi-summon at the end of it? Like, guys, I'm kind of like 50-50 on like, do I save my cubes? Because I'm just like, they're proactively trying to kill the game and make the game harder to play. So I'm like, I want to get my summoning in if I can get my summoning in, right? But I'm just kind of like, yo, knowing how my luck goes in this game, like I could hit that summon and that summon could be the next thing that pushes my account to the next level, right? Like that's how lucky I've been getting in this game. I get that one summon and that shit changes everything. All it took was that one summon and I got 3 copies of Sagan and her shield as well. Not 3 copies of her shield, but 3 copies of her, 1 copy of her shield, and then 1 copy of Isao's weapon as well. Then also with the Reno banner, I did do a little shadow summon on the Reno's banner, and on that summon I did get, what was it? I got a duplicate for Mina's weapon, which didn't really matter because her weapon was already maxed out for me, but I did get my 5-star Hoshina, which did complete my entire roster of characters. I was about to say, this man absolutely scraped away the Kaiju. But yes, that's why I do like to do those random summons here and there, because I feel like the rates can be bad in this game, but low-key, my rates be hitting though. So that took 9 turns. That's the most turns that any of these stages have taken me thus far. We are finally here on stage 14. And let's see. Okay, so we're fighting Kaiju number 1. All right, that's pretty chill. That's pretty chill. So do they want ice and fire for this first stage here? Nah, it just says elemental in general. So we're going to leave that team setup how it is. And this one just needs physical damage. So honestly, I am going to switch it back up now. And then do my little speedy comp down here again. Are these giant class? Does it tell you if they're giant class kaiju? Mid-size, it does. Miniature, mid-size. So they're miniature and mid-size kaiju. So Mina is not gonna be too great for that. Let's bring Kikuru. I want to bring Hoshina, but my Kikuru's a little bit more worked on than Hoshina, so it is not Hoshina's time to shine just yet. I have been kind of getting a habit of whenever I'm doing the breakdown video for a character, I kind of do want to get them to level 100 before I do the breakdown video. I don't know, just to have them 100. That's just kind of like a preference thing for me. But I guess I will, if I have the cubes to do it at the end of this summon, I guess I will do a summon on Reno's banner, because then I could get his weapon. There's a possibility I get his weapon. Like, I would like to summon on Sagan's banner and get that 6-star of Sagan. Her banner has treated me so much more nicely than Reno's banner, but I do kind of need that weapon for Reno, because I want that weapon very badly, but I also don't want to use my points for the weapon. I just want to summon the weapon straight up. And I know that's very greedy considering the fact that I have enough gacha pity points to buy a character and their weapon as soon as they drop, the next time that they do drop. But again, I would like to save all of that currency. Realistically, I'd like to save that currency up until the anniversary, because like, I don't understand why we have a pity point for the standard banner and a pity point for the premium banners, right? Are they really just gonna give us the opportunity to buy premium characters as soon as they come out? Like, that's insane. Which, I'm not hating it. I love it. That best damn pity system I ever seen in the game starting off. Best pity system ever. Buy the character with the points that you saved up from the prior banner as soon as they drop. Yeah, sign me up, bro. Okay, we got a nice little freeze off right there. And then, oh, she got a crit. She got a crit there in the mix. All right, cool. All right, let's see how we do against Kaiju number 1. Like, but yeah, bro, if you look at Kaiju number 1, you can literally tell, like, this Kaiju's dead ass just is not, bro, they're not the same. They're literally not the same. Like, that doesn't look like Kaiju number 1 in the slightest. So I don't know how I thought that her weapon was Kaiju number 1. I guess because their color scheme is very similar. Damn, dude, what do I want for breakfast? I want like Waffle House, but Waffle House can be really expensive sometimes, especially what I get for breakfast, bro. Like, I don't know, maybe not Waffle House, either Bojangles or McDonald's. Like, McDonald's is not a good restaurant for you to eat at, but I gotta admit, their breakfast be hitting every freaking time, dude, and that is an irrefutable fact. We're looking pretty good against Kaiju number 1 here, and I have no doubt in my mind that the second stage is just gonna be literally infinitesimally easy. Alright, cores exposed. Kaiju number 1 is pretty much cooked at this point. Dude, I'm ready for another raid battle to come back, because like I said, bro, my characters were barely worked on when I played the last raid battle. So I can imagine the next raid battle is going to be so much better for me, because 1, I'm going to have Reno, who's going to allow me to freeze the enemy and cause more damage buffs to be had, or cause more damage to be able to be done on the enemy. Then we're going to have Narumi, of course, with Hoshina beside him. And then we're gonna have Sagan as well, because she gives that crit damage buff whenever she does her ultimate. But yeah, absolutely ridiculous. That, like, Kaiju number 1 just did not stand a chance against this composition here. Now let's take a look at this next. Yeah, this next stage isn't a identified Kaiju at all. It's just some random mobs. And no large Kaiju either, so that's why we put Mina away and didn't bring her out this time. But if the last stage does have a giant Kaiju for that final fight, then maybe I can bring Mina out. I've already looked over Mina. I've looked over just about every SSR character's kit, or every 5-star character's kit, except for Isao and Rin Shinonome, I think. But like everybody else, I have taken some degree of a look into their kit, and I think that Mina can do really incredible damage, but I think that she really needs other units to set her up. So that's where she's kind of limited, needing the other units to set her up. I heard it was supposed to rain all from like last night to like right now, and I don't see no rain out here, bro. I don't see no rain. I don't hear no rain. Now, granted, it'll be kind of hard to see rain right now because it is not even 6 a.m. yet and it is pitch black outside. But like, I feel like I would at least be able to hear it. So the Deadman might have some soccer cooking up today. So I'm glad that I'm getting these videos recorded and out to y'all right now. But yeah, this game mode, man, again, I do not hate the fact that they gave us a limited version of this game mode, nearly 20k on the basic skill from Narumi again, by the way, chat. But I do not hate that they gave us this game mode in addition to what we already have in the game. It was just poorly placed. If this and the main Fierce Battle area came out in the first place, when the game dropped, it'd feel a lot better maybe. But it's like, this feels like we've been saying there's no content and this is their only answer, when we needed more than this as the only answer. Especially when it's giving way less cubes than the original form of this content that we had. How much damage is he gonna do to that poor Kaiju by itself? Because the other 2 Kaiju just died. 43k to one and 21k to the other. Cool. But yeah, we certainly need to see a Steam release as well. I didn't forget about the Steam release. Like I said, I'm just kind of like chilling down and I'm just trying not to talk about things that are going to piss me off too much. And yeah, we certainly need to see that Steam release like fast. They said on the 10th, I'm pretty sure, that the Steam release is in its final stages of development. All right, let's see who the final boss is here. Is it Kaiju number 2 and then like a random giant Kaiju? Wow, look at that. How did I know? Kaiju number 2. Okay, none of these are giant Kaiju. So it looks like we're not going to be using Mina for this. Hey, bro, it is what it is. Oh, so bro, so we can actually just we can pretty much just swap the teams that we've been running for the most part. Narumi on the top stage here with, who was it at the end? Kikaru. And then what? Do I want to try? No, because Hoshina's buffs come from actually killing the Kaiju, and if there's not many mobs for him to fight, then it's not going to really be that beneficial for him. And then we'll do this team for the second stage, and then that's going to be our run of the entire Fierce Battle area. And guys, like I said, I will work on the other characters who are so that means that Tay and what's his name, Kota? That means Tay and Kota would be used in unison in the last stage here. So it's probably not going to be too difficult, considering that Narumi can definitely wipe this stage away very easily, and then we can put Tay and Kota together and probably just give them like a healer or something like that, and then just give them a buffer or give them a nice damage, give them like Kaiju number 8 or something like that, so that they have a nice damage dealer to work on the Kaiju, so that they can survive the damage that they're going to be taking. But guys, that's really it for the Fierce Battle area for real. I guess all we have left to do now is to just sit back, relax, wait for this run to finish up here, and then we can check and see if we have enough cubes to do a summon. And then I gotta decide, do I want to summon and try to get Sagan a 6-in-1 fucking multi, right? Or do I want to try to get this man Reno some dupes in general? All depends, because like realistically it doesn't matter either. Like you know what? I haven't gotten an absolutely ballistic summon on Reno's banner yet. So I summoned Reno. I did my summon video and I can't remember how all them summons went, but I know I summoned Reno in the video, obviously. So I just haven't had a really ballistic summon with that man Reno yet. So I'm gonna go back on his banner. I think is probably the wisest choice, because like I think I've maxed out my luck stat for the Sagan banner. Summoning 3 Sagans in 1 multi, along with her shield, along with Isao's gauntlets in one multi-summon is absolutely ridiculous. So I'm pretty sure I just maxed my luck stat on that banner. There will probably be no more amazing multis like beyond that on that banner. Unless they want to give me 4 Sagans in one. And then at that point, it's a waste because I don't need 4 copies of Sagan anymore. I only need 2 copies. The only way to get a better summon than that would be to get 2 copies of Sagan and then 2 copies of her shield, which even still, that wouldn't even be as incredible because that would only be 4 SSRs compared to the 5 that I had gotten in that multi, and all of the SSRs that I had gotten were all useful. Even though I don't really plan on using Isao at this point because I already, which, to be fair, Isao is just another option for a blunt damage character, so I could certainly work that out as well in this stage. You know what, man? I was being lazy. Maybe I was saying we don't have the stages to do these types of content. You know what? We do have the stages to do these types of content. Now that I'm talking about it, I'm just realizing how easy and how accessible it is for me to do that shit. So, guys, I'm gonna start working on these characters at hyper speed, but also not spending my cubes on stamina all day long every day, and trying to pick up. Damn, I just thought about it. If I didn't use my cubes on stamina yesterday, I would have probably had enough for 2 multis at the end of this video. But that's besides the point. It's not about the multis, it's about the gameplay experience, and it's about making sure that the players are getting treated properly. Okay, the ultimate, I'm not gonna say it's gonna kill, but it's gonna do a lot of damage here. But isn't the shield up right now? Or no, it's trying to pop the shield up. Oh, so it does just outright kill, because he was trying to pop the shield up. I thought the shield was up already. For some reason, Kaiju number 2 makes me think of what's his name, Parallax, the Yellow Lantern, who's supposed to be like the mirror to Kilowog, I think. Or is Kilowog the evil one? No, I think it is Parallax. No, R-Kilo. But maybe I am thinking of Parallax. I think Parallax is the core of the Yellow Lantern power or something like that. And guys, do not even try to cook me for not knowing comic book lore in the chat, in the comments, because I, at the end of the day, am an anime guy, not a comic book guy. So when it comes to comic book stuff, I am just drawn at, I'm reaching for straws that have nothing at their other end. That's not how that saying goes, but like, I'm just gripping at random straws here. Maybe that's how it goes. I'm not sure. But yes, that's what it kind of reminds me of, Parallax. Speaking of Kaiju number 2 also, the video for getting all of Sagan's skills level 10 will probably be coming a lot sooner than we expect, considering the fact that like I said, I bought all of the medals out of that shop, that the encounter stone shop. I bought all the medals out of that shop that you could use for leveling up your skills to a very high level, and I have not used a single medal yet for Kaiju number 2. So I just have 8 of those medals sitting, and next week, whenever I have access to fighting Kaiju number 2 again, I believe I've already fought Kaiju number 2 on stages 1 through 3. So now I just gotta do 4 through 6 like I did for Kaiju number 1, and again, I'm probably just gonna let it auto battle in that video, or no, I'm not even gonna record me doing the runs in the video. I'm just gonna have the material loaded up beforehand so that the video can be me getting her to level 10 skills and then take her into a stage. But yeah, we're almost done here with this stage here. We're about to fight that water enemy again, I believe. I'm imagining that the water enemy is highly susceptible to freeze damage, just because if you freeze water, that shit not moving for real. I need some water, man. Sometimes these eternal yap sessions be having the dead man a little parched. Oh my goodness. I call this my cave water because it's got a big, I can like drink it out of a big ass caveman water bottle for real. Like, bro, you know the water bottle is gargantuan when it's big enough to hide my entire face while I'm drinking it. All right, guys. So no surprises here. This team is going to be perfectly fine in here. They're going to absolutely scrape the Kaiju away from Reno freezing it and also covering the, oh my gosh, 36k Kaiju number 8. Take a breather. And I know Kaiju number 8 can hit 9999999 damage, but like that's from his little mechanic in his kit. That's not impressive. That's just RNG. What is impressive is the actual attack stats that he hits, because that one is not RNG. That one is not RNG winning for you, but even though RNG lost, you're still doing big damage. That's what makes it so crazy. So now we got ice crystals everywhere. A little bit of extra damage. Oh yeah, and the burn. Like, bro, Reno and Sagan on the same team is a little evil, just because I want to do a heal. I want to heal just to see how much the heal does. 783 or something like that. 728, 713. I just wanted to heal because Reno's health looked a little bit lower. Reno is a little bit squishier, I feel like. I've noticed that. So he just broke the Kaiju there. So we're smooth sailing at this point. Because, yeah, Kafka's going to hit a follow-up attack. But also, I'm pretty sure Kafka's creeping up for another attack pretty soon here. And oh, what the fuck? Did Sagan just do 9999 on her counter, bro? What the hell? What is this stage, bro? Okay, we just finished this entire stage here. That was a little ridiculous at the end. A 99999 counter attack is a little crazy. That was a 999 counter attack, right? I don't have a way to run it back right here, but hey, bro, I can't front of you. I'm definitely satisfied with my runs and not losing a single run at all. So we're gonna accept all these rewards. That was 800 cubes. And then we're going to accept these rewards down here as well, which is 150 more proof of valor, which means that I can go and purchase. Oh, exactly, precisely enough. Chat, I don't believe in coincidences anymore. I believe in serendipities of the universe for real. So I believe that this summon is about to be absolutely cracked because they gave me exactly enough to do this summon. So this summon is either like 3 dupes of Reno and a copy of AR Boreas and then another copy of AR Boreas or some shit. I don't know. But this summon is going to be cracked, I'm pretty sure. But before we go to the summon, I actually want to go check out something else. So guys, this is the Proof of Valor shop, and in the Proof of Valor shop, you can see here you can purchase other weapons for characters. Now, the weapon that is currently being used on my SR Hoshina is the 5-star weapon that you can summon, the 5-star twin swords. But that one boosts your speed, and I think that one's perfect for the 4-star Hoshina just because he is a speed character. He's one of the fastest characters in the game, and you just want to keep his turns coming so he can keep buffing up his battle buddy. His battle buddy, right? But this sword right here, I believe, is a lot better for the 5-star Hoshina. This one is going to increase your slash damage dealt, and before the equipped unit activates his ultimate, applies attack plus 21% for 3 turns. So that means that after you use his ultimate, you're going to get an attack buff, and then his normal attack is going to be hitting a lot harder, or his normal attack just takes away his buff of his stack of fierce is what it is. But yeah, extra damage is never going to hurt, and if he's 80% or more damage, he's also going to be getting extra damage dealt as well. So that kind of makes him, when he puts these on, that makes him a tiny bit similar to Mina, I believe. And then what are these? Let's see. This one is for attack and then for speed and ultimate gauge, so not really liking that one for Reno. I'm just seeing, and that one's for a healing multiplier. Yeah, so none of these weapons are really good, are going to be good replacements for Reno at all. So I am just going to go ahead and spend my Proof of Valor on this weapon here for my 5-star Hoshina. And I'm going to work to max out that weapon for 5-star Hoshina. But guys, we're going to go ahead and hop over to the gacha. Funny enough that we're talking about Hoshina and getting the weapon for him, because Reno's banner, the last time I summoned it was on his banner, and this is where I picked up my copy, or actually the last time I summoned was the standard banner, because I got to level 54 last night and actually summoned a copy of, who was it? I summoned a 5-star weapon, and then I feel like I got a 5-star character too. No, it was just a 5-star weapon and a 4-star character. That's what it was. But guys, we're gonna go ahead and just pray for RNGesus to bless us up after a shitty update. What we need to get the shitty taste out of our mouth is a crazy multi-summon. So the dead man is here, locking in on this multi-summon. Here we are going in for the AR Boreas, man. We're gonna hit that one tap, divine one tap, just like we did on Sagan's banner. If you guys want to summon with the dead man, then I will count it down from 3. Y'all can go ahead and grab your iPads or iPhones. I was gonna say a whole slew of devices, but without the fucking Steam version and without the Android version, you really don't have much of a choice for those devices. So guys, grab your iPads, grab your iPhones, and if you are lucky enough that an emulator is working for you, grab your emulator. I don't know, but the dead man is going to count us down from 3, and when I say go, we're going to hit that summon. 3, 2, 1, go. The dead man needs him some 5 stars. Oh, I can feel the 5-star energy. I can feel the 5-star. It's hidden in there. 5-star! Oh. Okay. So this summon is looking like a shaft. Believe it or not, if we get some 4-star characters that we do not have A6 I'm actually not gonna be that upset, but I'm pretty sure Iharu is way beyond that A6 point. Yeah, this one's gonna be a big old shaft right here. So yeah, not every summon can be the divine one tap. And also, let's go check and see. I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I can actually use. Leave it to me to summon and get absolutely shafted, but not actually get shafted, because I can actually still use the one character I got. Guys, that's it for the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, then you can go down below, leave a like on the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get notified every single time the dead man decides to hit the Kaiju glide. And you can also comment down below and let me know what you want to know. But like I said, I will be working on this man, Kota Tachibana, and I will be working on Tei Nakanoshima. Nakanoshima is her name. We're going to be working on those two characters, and we are going to be attempting to make them look really excellent in the fierce battle area before it is gone. So if you guys are looking forward to that, leave some likes on this video, and yeah, be on the lookout for that video. But remember that the dead man does love you, and remember, the game is dead, but hey bro, the world is on fire. Does that mean you shouldn't spark your joint with it? You know what I'm saying? So if the game is dead, bro, you might as well get your last little bits of enjoyment out. But honestly, I'm just joking around saying the game is dead. The game isn't dead just yet, because like, there's a few more things they gotta do. Like, they gotta announce end of service for the game to be dead. But if they're doing all these, they're the only ones who know where the game is headed. So if they're doing all these things for the game right now and they're treating it poorly, that means that they also have shit in the background stored up, planned, that they're going to try to use to save the game. So the game could be saved. We do not know. It is an asterisk right now, but the dead man does love you. Hope that you guys have an excellent, excellent day. Peace out.